Hello my squiddies, it's Squid Delicious, back with another video for Wrench. However, today I am going to be doing something a little different. Instead of a tutorial, well, you can count this as a tutorial I guess, but for whatever reason I had to switch out my engine because I don't know why, but this engine doesn't seem to want to run. I got another one of those notifications that said it would turn over, but it won't start. And the last time that ever occurred was when I didn't time my belt correctly. But I checked and it was timed the way it should, so I'm going to try to figure out what the heck is wrong with this engine. So I'm going to bring this into the light. Of course, I got to move stuff out of the way. I have a bunch of springs and shocks that are overwhelming to figure out how to color them so that way I can tell them apart from each other. So, yeah. But there's a reason why I made sure to have multiple engines, because I want to be able to race quickly, so of course you should always have another engine on hand so you could swap out the engine if you want to get into a race. However, one of these engines is not finished, and I believe it's that one. And there's a lot of life in these engines. Like, look at that. Only 8%. I just have to make sure to fix the parts. And of course, this tire's bad. I'm just going to stick this in my car here, just to not look at it. Of course, I go in, please. Thank you. And let's figure out what is wrong with this thing. And I hate it when it's not leveled. Yeah. Okay. So the filter obviously is good. I'm going to need a lot of space. Uh, these are expensive. I don't know what to do with these. So of course, I'm just going to put it on my car. Hopefully it doesn't scratch the paint. Uh, I have to take the body off to clean it. I really wish they added a wet rag. Kind of like what you'd see in... Oh, shit. Shoot. I didn't mean to drop that. Okay, that works. No! Like in regular racing, when you see them, the drivers going into the pits, they actually have a guy who washes the windows. And so it'd be nice to be able to just wipe the paint. I know there's not a window over here, but it would just be cool to wipe the dirt off the body of the car, not have to respray it over and over. Alright, so let's get into this. So we already know that this is good, so I'm going to remove this. Got to do this one by one. It's going to take a long time to do this. So this part is good. Really don't know what was wrong with this engine. We're going to need to... where did it go? Okay. In fact, actually, I'm just going to grab that. Lot of small parts. I put that in my pocket. I guess I dropped my pocket. Okay, now we can begin taking off these. My poor car doesn't want to run correctly, and I don't know why. I heard on Discord that there's some issues with, like, people used to being able to win first place, and now all of a sudden it just, with the newest update, with adding these sway bars and shocks and stuff, they have been having issues with getting first place, and that's the first time I've experienced. This car is in really good condition, and I don't know why I was like failing to get up in first place, so I have no idea. But I guess we're gonna learn eventually. We already know that the starter never dies for whatever reason. So we're just going to put that there. Also, they haven't changed that, so this thing's still good. So we're just going to remove this entire thing. We're not going to mess with it. Okay. Let's check this out because, of course, let's turn some lights on. Which button is it? Okay. It's my electrical station. Want to make sure that this is in good condition. Okay. Just grab all of these. Doesn't seem... I could have just looked at them. I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Well, those parts are still good. I have no idea what is wrong with this engine. Turbo. Let's not let this get confused with the others, so I'm just going to put this on a box. There's a good chance that I didn't do this procedure when I swapped out the engine. Okay, skadoosh. Whoops, I meant to throw that. Probably a good idea that I didn't throw it. Ah, yum. Little oil fountain. And I probably don't need this on here. So let's put this right next to that. And we may as well check this. I may or may not change that. Usually I will, because having them wear out is not really something I'm into. Man, I have to... I don't know why it's taking that long. It didn't seem like it took that long when it's in the car. I guess it's been a while. I know it's been a couple days since I played this because I'm practicing for my 24 Hours of Le Mans in Forza. Because I plan to do that every year, just because I love Forza and I love Le Mans, and so yeah. And it's a long drive, and especially how I have no other drivers to take turns with me, so I'm going to be doing it all by myself. And obviously I switched this oil thing out, so I'm just going to put this with the others because it's still good. And I may as well put this with that one. Okay. Let's see, what's it next? Put the cap back on. I'm going to bring the trash can over. Mush. Alright. Probably not too close. I don't want things flying off. Now, do I have... Yep, I do. Okay. Ooh, I don't have a whole lot of them. Okay, so we saw that these are still good. They got a long life. Alright. I am going to throw these out because I don't trust them. Okie doke. I don't trust these either. Okie doke. It's been a while since I've checked this. This is still good, but I'm going to come back to that. Let's keep these parts together. You gotta take that part, that part, that part. That is not what I wanted. You know what? Those are cheap, so whatever. Oh, I have to... I think this is funny. It won't let me take anything off because of this. Unlike the other engine head covers where it covers the timing belt, I got the one that doesn't, hoping that it would allow me to take this off without having to remove this. But unfortunately, it still thinks it's being blocked by this. Funny how that works. This is going bye-bye. In fact, do I have another that's blue? Yes, I do. That rhymes. That was not intentional. Okay. And we're just going to stick this over here. Let's check the dipstick. Whoops. Funny, these things normally wear out quickly. I know it says 6%, I want to make sure. Okay, cool. Definitely changing this. Why did I walk all the way over to this trash can when I just pulled one over closer to me? Okay, let's see. Whoops. You know, I know why I painted this white, but I just realized it makes it hard to see the letters sometimes. At least when you're in the dark. Looks like a horn. Doo-doo. I feel like I just forgot something. Do I need to change this? No, I don't. Alright, let's see. Where am I putting this? Oh, there's something still stuck on it. And it's impossible for me to... I just grabbed it. Can I just take this one off, or do I have to pull all of them off? No, I have to pull them all off. Okay. Definitely changing this. Actually, I'm gonna put that there so I can purchase one, and then I'm gonna throw this in the trash. Again, I don't know why I insist on walking there. It's a habit. Keep going all the way over there when I have a trash right next to me. Of course, let's keep the paint the way it should. So let's make this white. And we'll set this aside. Hopefully I don't forget that it's right there. Let's see. This will be a whole new project later on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Well, wait a minute. Never mind. I'll work on that one. The seal looks like it needs to be replaced. Hey look, I remembered. Alright. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with under this. Is there anything I need to take off? Let's take the straw off. It won't let me. What is this even bolted to? Couldn't it just come right off by itself without having to take out that nut? Okay. Wee. And, well, frisbee. That is not what I wanted. Hold on, let me try that again. Frisbee. Okay, that is fun. I think I'm going to keep that in the shop for a while. Because that actually was kind of amusing. I'm going to have to like set a bunch of boxes up or something to throw at them. I love it that they actually did fix this, where they made it where I can see the wear and tear on this little center thing. The pilot bearing. And for whatever reason, this is brand new. But that isn't, so hold on. Where do I have another? Ugh, wrong color. Let's fix that. We need dark blue. Much better. Much better. This would make a great picture frame. Actually, you know what? I think, well, I don't have any engine parts other than a piston, because I got it from my class when I was in school. But I think if I ever did work on engines and I happen to have a piece like this, I am going to make a picture frame. That actually would be cool. The circle where the starter would be like a smaller picture, and then you have the bigger picture. That would actually be pretty cool. I do not want that to go back in there. And I am just going to throw that in the garbage because, you know what? I'm replacing anything that has any kind of wear and tear. Like, some of these are reasonable. Like, this obviously isn't. I'm not even going to check that because it already says 70% or 71% on it. What to do with this? I think I'm just going to keep this right there so that way I remember. In fact, actually, you know what? Let me bring that back up here. Because I think I don't know why I did that. I think I have another already set. In fact, actually, it was a rear. So we're just going to keep that right over here. And hopefully we will get this resolved. And I am just going to stick that right there. Try to pull out this table here. Because working on the floor, oh boy, do I have to go around the car? Man, move. See, this is what I wanted to do, and I'm hoping that eventually they add this to the game where basically, oh, just noticed my game started glitching. Let's start off with one of my other tires here. So I take one of my tires, and right now I can only do this with, like, for how I have it set here, I want to have like one that has like shelves, but I could only do this when I'm actually in the game. If I save and exit, these things go flying, and it's kind of sad. But like having it stick like this, you have another. I know this is kind of off topic. We're supposed to be working on the engine, but I thought I would demonstrate what I kind of meant by like a little tire shelf. Except imagine it like this, but with 2 floors. Why is my game glitching right now? That is actually now frightening to me. And yeah, and there'll be another one. So you kind of get the idea. So there'd be like 4 right here, 4 up there, or sometimes they'll have like 8 there and 8 up above. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to this because I don't know why my game is glitching, and it's probably because I'm running out of room for video. So it's going to probably affect how the quality is. This is also bad, so let's change this. I'm not going to worry about like I'm not going to worry about trying to paint these anymore because I don't ever see these. Is the seal bad? Yeah, we're just going to change this. It's the front main seal, and I think I have those over here. Unfortunately, I can't move that with the tires because they're going to probably fling everywhere. In fact, I don't know. Oh, cool. That is awesome, actually. Okay. Where the heck did I see that? Okay, so it goes right there. In fact, we're probably going to also check this. So, skadoosh. I don't even know if that's an actual word, but... Oh, wait. Forgot. This thing. It's probably one of the things that I need to pay attention to more. Since I've rearranged my shop, I don't even know where I put stuff. Well, let's go trash digging because I don't think I have that anymore. Thought I did. Well, where did I put my table? I'm now all over the place. Okay, so we're going to go into shop. I'm gonna buy 10 of those. I keep my shop well stocked. And of course, this is the most messiest thing you could do in this game is trying to work on an engine. And so now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna store this. So I'm just gonna leave it in a pile over there. And I don't know why I'm grabbing this. I'm gonna leave it in a pile right there until I get all this put back together. I'm also going to swap this out. So let's see, do I have another one of these? Yes, I do. Oh, and look at that. It already had one. Is that right? It already had. Is that? Yep. So I just bought a bunch of those and I didn't even need to. Well, I think it's good to actually have those on hand. Okay, so this obviously doesn't wear out, nor does this. Is that right? Or is it going to be just like this thing where it doesn't show its wear and tear? I really hope that I'm correct on that. Okay. Well, let's put these in a pile right here. Let's make it nice, because I know that it doesn't look good here and it's just going to confuse me with all these parts on the ground, and then I'll find a home for these before I leave my shop. Okay. And of course, I'm going to use this table. Bye-bye. Okay, let's actually make sure that these are over here. these are over here. I'm not gonna worry about that. Not gonna be too neat with this. Just somewhat. Because there's a time limit. Oh boy, that is not what I want. Stop doing that. Okay. Figured sharing what it takes to take apart a engine, how much work goes into it, and I've actually done this before when I was in school. And it could be quite frustrating. And that is why we have these books that tell us what we are supposed to do and how we're supposed to do it. And I thought, oh, there's 5 of these. Okay, I was thinking there's 4. I'm not going to keep this over here. This should go with that little thing that looks like a microphone on a stick. Let's remove the pistons because I need to check those. Yeah, that probably is a problem. Wonder if they'll like add tools, like the proper tools for taking apart the rings and stuff. I mean, I'm hoping that eventually they have like oh, let's see this. Where did I put it? These little retainers here. I mean, I know that there's these small parts over here. I mean, there's these itty bitty little guys right here. And if you look at it, these little things right here are not much bigger than that. And so this is technically 3 parts, but it's combined as one. But like we had to put this lubrication on the valve stoppers, which is the 2 things that are in the center here. Or did I say that right? Valve stoppers. Oh yeah, these are valves. So yeah, put this little grease on it, and then we have a special tool that puts them in their place. And well, actually, I think the tool is for when you're using or combining it with the spring. Man, it's been a while. Now I'm kind of confused. I'll have to... That is not the tool I wanted. I'll have to look it up because I totally forgot what it was for. But I know it involves the valves. I just can't remember what part. Did I grab all the... Okay, so let's see. In order to get this thing out, we're going to need to remove this again. And of course that. And we're just going to gently put it there, even though I just dropped it. And we're going to replace these. Better be safe than sorry. No, I did not want to bring that off. Get over here. Ooh, I did not mean to grab that, but you know what? That totally is something I need to also replace. Okay, now do these need to be replaced? Awesome. They do not. Let me see that. I need some decoration. Can do the flip. Okay, that's where I want it. How big is this? Okay, I'll fix that later. Alright, enough dinking around. Okay, I got both of those. Alrighty. Now I could just put this cranky thingy in here. And we'll work on the next. This doesn't need to be replaced, but these do. I want this engine to continue to run. I normally will replace and just buy a whole new thing. When I was playing Car Mechanic 2018, I stopped doing story missions and just started working on my own cars because I was sick and tired of like not completing, like all the cars that came in were just rusty, and I just, the only thing it wanted me to do is do one specific part, and I was letting a rusty car go out the window, and I was like, or out the door, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that because it just doesn't seem right. I want the car to be like completely brand new 100%. So, but from the looks of how long these engines last, and I'm just hoping that I can continue to keep these things running until like I actually have to buy a whole new engine. And I have plenty of engines to work on that all go to this one car, and I have now about like, actually let me check something. Yeah, I have 4 cars, and they're all gonna have like their own little engine and color schemes. So I have no idea how I'm gonna fit everything in here. It's like I wish there was a, whatever this thing is, this whiteboard looking thing. I actually wish that there was like a door right here where I could just lift up a little, like one of those garage door kind of things, and be able to store things. Like there'd be shelves at one side, shelves on the next, and I can like store things over there. That'd be great because it's just, there's a lot that I have in this shop, and I can't fit everything in here, and I need more things. It'd be cool to have like a wall that, I know I wanted to have like a tire cart. It'd be cool to have like a wall that also holds tires, so I can like have a decoration kind of, and still have a cart for me to house my tires that I'm about to use for racing or something. I don't know. Mainly I want the tire stand, not the shelves, but it'd be cool to have both. And of course, I'll say it again, a broom. Just gonna keep saying that until it happens. But I'm not gonna rush the 2 guys that work so hard on making the best game there is when it comes to mechanics. This is just so impressive. Can't say it enough. I'll say it in every video because this game is awesome. These also need to be replaced, but I don't remember. Do I need a... Where did I put the... Oh. I also need to check these, so hold on. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. we're going to go and do this, and we're just gonna buy. Now here's something they should add. They should make a bundle for pistons. So like, I'll show what I would like to have as a bundle here. Soon as I can find it. Ah, so of course we're gonna need that. We're gonna need 4 of these. Um, and there. So, in my cart, this is what I'd like to have as a bundle. And that way, I have that entire thing for me to work on pistons. Now, I know that people have mentioned this before in Discord. What's going to happen when I open this box? Right now, consider this box a bomb. It is going to blow up pieces everywhere, and I have no space to put it. So let's roll this back over here, since I don't think I need to be here anymore. And I hope I can squeeze this right over here. Squeeze this, I don't know, I mispronounced that. Well, thank you. It made my job easier. Except I can't get it to be not crooked. Oh, that is the first time I've actually got it to be perfect. Wow. Okay, now I remembered why I don't make an engine on each one of these. One of these is actually supposed to be for when I need to take out the engine to swap it. So I should always have one of those empty. Okay. Well, you know what? That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That was damn near almost perfect. Okay, well. Oh, you know what? There's one thing I forgot to add. So, with the bundle, also add these. I don't know why I forgot that one part. I knew that there was something I was missing in that. And I didn't double check, and I felt like I should. Okay. So my little minor error. Alright, so let's see. We're going to put this over here. We're going to take one of these. These almost look like... I have a tool that I had when I was going to SEC to work on airplanes, and that's a spark plug. It's an aviation spark plug thingy. And it almost looks just like that. It's little wrist thingies. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna need one of these, one of those, and one of those. Doesn't matter which one. We're gonna stick these over here. And of course, eventually, I'm gonna have so many of these parts that don't wear out that I don't know what to do with. And of course, I gotta do the flip. I didn't think there was a particular side on where they need to go in, but I could be wrong. I didn't ever take apart that part of the car in class, but I did have to put these rings on. And, yeah. They can pinch you. Did I just put both those on? Okay, there's obviously something I need to do here. So, I need to grab a light, grab the handle, and pull this down. Let's see, what do I need to do? Okay, well, this is done. Skadoosh. Okay. Did I just do all these? I'll figure it out later. Give me that. Wow, the shadows in this are pretty cool. This takes forever to do. Building engines takes forever. In fact, I think I could get away with putting this on early. But I think I just messed myself up. Okay, I put both those on. Do I need to add one of these? Yes, I do. I also need to add one here. And then that one's done. Obviously, there's already one on that one. It was this that I was working on. That's not good. One of these is not done. Let's bring that back over here. Okay. Now that one's done. If that one's there, do I get the wrist thingy? Whoa, what just happened? You know what? I think that was my mouse that did that. When it goes off my mouse pad, it sometimes has that thing happen. Okay, whoa. No, 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 no. Okay. Looked like it was going to go through the floor. Let's not waste my power. Pretty soon, with the amount of stuff they add to this game to make it all more realistic, eventually they're probably going to add some power bills and stuff. Actually, I don't know about that, but that'd be funny. Did I replace? Yeah, I did replace these. So I can actually throw these out. And we're kind of delaying time for whatever reason, so let's get this going. And now we're going to take these little bits off. And of course, forgot to do this step. And I forgot that there's one thing that I need to do. Something I have to look up because I really hope I didn't just add the wrong pistons. Okay, the bad pistons are over there. So there's a guide that I need to look up that shows me what I need to do here. So give me a second. No, I saved it somewhere. comes to the pistons, so it says here, it's a torquing in 3 stages to the final torque of 50 Nm, and I will have to look up what that means, because I have no idea what Nm is. I kind of forgot what that is. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So right now I have to do this 15. So I got to set this to... Oh, I need to grab these. Oh crap, which one is what? This one's the good one, right? My bad for mixing this up. By the way, there's a... If you've seen my first video, there's a guide that I have mentioned, Steph's Guides, on the Steam community page, where it's basically the picture diagrams that show the torquing steps. And if you want to go check out my very first wrench video and check out his work, it's how I'm able to figure out what I'm supposed to do in this. That, or I could just try to struggle with navigating through the tutorials that are in reading form, but it's best to have the pictures, because that's how the booklets in real life work. Is you look at the torquing guides, and they're in picture form mostly. Alright, so we don't want 16, we want 15 to start with. So let's just do this. You know, it's probably best if I add these on here. It's great to use the trash can, but it's not for this. I don't know why I grabbed that. I'm hoping eventually they make it where I know that there's a power tool in here that it's the I think I figured out what NM is. Pneumatic pressure type thing. I could be wrong. Pneumatic. No? Actually, I think I'm wrong on that. I think I am wrong. Never mind. Disregard what I said. However, there's a drill, this thing, in regular racing and real life racing. I know you're not supposed to, for this game, I know you're not supposed to like use this drill to speed drill these nuts on there. But in real life, the drills that they use are set to actually be the correct torque for the tires, and I'm hoping that they make that a thing, or at least allow me to adjust the torque on the drill, so that way I can adjust how much torque I need. Or just add a drill that's designed for the wheels only. Okay, so now it says here I need to go to 35. I don't think this can go past 30, so let's change this out. Not to paint. I don't want to keep grabbing that. So we're going to need 35. We're going to do that for all of them. Because I want the good quality. And now we could go to 50. And I'm just going to do the speed drill for the rest of the things aside from the crankshaft, because right now I'm just running out of time, but I want to make sure that this engine is going to run properly. I don't know if this much, or I don't know if this will affect it much, but I just want at least the crankshaft and the pistons to be correct or good quality torquing. Now we can move on to the other thing. I forgot there's one part that I need to do. So when it comes to the crankshaft, now I gotta figure out which bolt it was, or fastener, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Let me zoom into this picture. So working in 2 stages, tightening to a final torque of 57. So of course we're going to need, not that one. Now let me figure out where the front is. So the front is over here, so let me move to this side. So we're going to start with this one, which is the middle. Not going to bore you to death with the clicking over and over again. And then we go to the number 2. I wish they actually labeled the nuts on here, but I guess that actually wouldn't help because of the fact that you could put the nuts pretty much anywhere. Alright, so number 3 will be over here. And then number 4. Number 5 will be over here, it looks like. Six is below it. And then 7 will be way... No, I almost grabbed the wrong one. 7 is this one. 8 will be below it. Then we move on to 9. And then 10. Now imagine doing this in real life, but only you have to add all these lubrications and grease and all that. If you think it takes long in a video game, it takes even longer in real life. Okay, so we got that done. Now everything else I'm just going to do it speedy wise. So let's add, that is the wrong part. I need this part. If I can do it without dropping. Okay. Now we can add this part on here. And that. I guess also we could add this underneath. So let me move that again. Don't you fall on me. I didn't give you permission to fall. Okay, let's see. What else am I missing here? I know I'm missing something. Okay. And obviously, we could skadoosh. We'll deal with that later. What am I missing? Oh, it probably helped to... No, there's parts I'm missing also. Let's add this back on. And we can also put this back on. let's add our new flywheel. Oh, wait a minute. Now we can add that. And where's our little starter? Okay. Whoa, that was kind of trippy. My thing was starting to move by itself. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do this part. Darn it. This is going to take longer than I want it to be. So let's see. Let's get this going right now because this part can take a little bit longer than I want it to be. So I'm going to grab this and of course, so hopefully I can do this. Hold on. Hoping. Wait, are these still good? Never mind. I'll just find a home for these. No! Oh, whatever. Okay, so again, this part takes forever. Let me check the time here. Yeah, we're going to need to speed up here because this is going to be a long ass video. Sorry. Wow, that looks really sharp. Yeah, and I have a lot of springs. Okay, so did I just throw away? Oh, it's these things right here. I didn't see these. Ooh, I'm gonna need to stock up on these. I'm gonna put this where I thought it was gonna land, but apparently I missed. And if it wasn't for the fact that this is one of my yellow tires, screw it. I'll paint the wheel later. I just wanted that out of my way. Why am I working on that? I need to work on this. Okay, so this is obviously still good, so we're just gonna put that right there for right now. Hopefully it doesn't roll off my car. And we're gonna put this one over here. Now the parts that I said are gonna take forever, we're gonna need to bring the trash can right over here. Okay, so we're gonna need to throw these away because I don't trust them. I want my car to run. So this is kind of a tutorial from multiple things that I would have covered in separate videos. So this is going to be a longer video than normal because this is doing the entire engine. I should have done this in parts, but apparently I decided to go for the full video. So, whoa, a little too quickly there. Just trying to move quickly because I don't have a whole lot of space on my computer to do videos, especially how I'm going to be trying to recover the 24 hours of Le Mans. That's going to be quite a bit. I just realized that most of the video is going to be done from the cockpit of the car. And of course I can't record the entire 24 hours of Le Mans, so it's just going to be from every certain occasion. But the problem that I'm going to run into is I added all these liveries for companies that I support, for at least the ones that I know how to make, and um, the biggest issue is that you're not going to really see the car. The thing about Forza is they never record the full replay, so it's not like I can show the things that are happening in the race. So it's like I'm gonna have to kind of cheat a little bit and make a dummy recording, and hopefully I could fit it in. So and it's a little hard. I know that there's other YouTubers out there that know how to do that kind of stuff and are better at it. And so it's kind of my first time actually going to try to do something, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, hopefully I get it to where it works the way I want it to. But yeah, my goal is to make it more like what it would look like in the real 24 Hours of Le Mans, where you're going to see like, um, you're going to see not only the insides, but you're also going to see the outsides too, and hopefully you'll see the cool livery that I picked, or that I made for it. I was going to say picked out, but that would be the wrong word. And I also want to, for any of the things that I couldn't fit on my car, I was going to do like a free advertisement on the one side of the screen. So you'll see it, the screen go from a full picture to, you're going to see half the screen is going to show a quick ad, and then half the other. And I'm going to see if I could try to add some effects to have like names at the bottom or whatever. It's just going to be a little difficult, and it's going to eat up all the space on my computer. Generally, when that happens, my computer starts to glitch out because the recording is too big. So to manage that, I'm going to have to figure out how to remove some stuff, which that means deleting certain things like old videos that are already on my YouTube channel, which is unfortunate because it's good to keep those just in case, but I need the space. And I'm trying to figure out what I need to do next. Okay, so this part, I'm going to do this on the floor because this is a little difficult. And obviously these say 10%. You know what? I am not going to do the entire thing for this just because it looks like those parts are still good. So I don't want to eat up too much of the space I have, but I'll actually make a separate video for that, for to do the whole thing. But right now, I just want to get this thing done before it's too late, and I'm trying to figure out where I put all the I thought I bought a bunch of those. So let's buy that, and let's, that is not the button I wanted to hit. I don't know why I thought that's what it was. Okay. Pocket, 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 hot pockets. Ooh, this is a lot of work, and it's making my hands feel cold because I'm barely moving my hands. Let's open that at a later time. I think I could get away with doing this. Look at those springs. Look at one drop. Two just dropped. I thought there was another space. Oh well. Okay. Next. We got little tiny cylinders. If my pocket, as if my pocket was that big. I don't know why I could fit those in my pocket, but that's cool. I can fit as many things in my pocket as I want. It's awesome. Unlimited. And let's see. Now we're going to need to put these retainers back in. Hopefully we could find all 16. Why? I really hope that that was all of them. Okay, let's start by putting these where they need to go. If I can add these early, that'd be nice. I don't have to worry about them. Oh, that's sad. Am I just not adding these on correctly? Okay. I may have flipped the thing, huh? Okay. I guess we could put this on. What? There we go. Now we could put these on. And then we could just slap this head on here. Ouch, just pinched myself. In the game. Okay, now what's next? We need to flip that up there. There's a big gap right here. Put the horn thingy. I know it's not a horn. We're gonna need, I need to color all those. Yellow, red, blue, green. And the order, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's see. Yellow is the second largest, so yellow will go right here. Red goes up front, blue goes in the back, green goes right here. And now we can put on some wires. No, we cannot put on some wires. This is why. Now we could do it. For a second I thought I'd put in something different. Okay. Obviously we got it correct. Means we didn't screw it up. Okay, so put these on. Clean this out and you can use it as a straw. Let's see what's next. Just to make sure. Well, okay. I get it. I need to put this on. Where's that little thing in Bob? I didn't say eject. Why? Go on! Moving too quickly. I don't know why I'm trying to put that on. I need to breathe. Okay. E and I. This little block. Why do I... Gimme? Is this like the lock thing so that I can move this? Oh, we need to go grab one of these things. It's right here. Whatever part we could put on, they should label which one is what, because one of these is left and the other one's right, and they don't say which one that is. Okay. Whatever we can put on, I'm gonna try to... Would you stop doing that? Where are you? Okay. I feel like we just forgot to put on something over here in the back. I think I remember what it is. It's that thing. Okay. What? Oh. Phooey. Okay. Is it this thing? Is that what it is? Oh, and now I remember what it was. Can't do anything because of this. Yep, that's what my problem was. Okay, let's check the timing here. Should be at... Yep, there's one space between the tick and... That is correct. There we go. And this thing... I want to make sure that this is just... right. So I'm going to put this on. Why are you telling me that I can't put it on? No, it is definitely not that. What is causing it to... Okay. Everything should be correct. Let's put that away. Now let's put this on. Let's put this thing over here. Now, like, trying to quickly do this before it's too late. The video's probably going to take forever. Okay, we're almost done. It does look like they have space for to put like an alternator and power steering. Hoping they eventually do that soon. I mean, I shouldn't say soon, because I don't care when they do it. I just hope that it's still on their plan. Why won't that one go on? But you know what? I'll just do that. Hold on. Does this go on? Nope. This needs to come off. Go on. You know, I saw that there's a guy that mentioned that they wanted to have like a, or he wanted to have a thing that allows you to test the engines without having to put it in the car. It's like an engine tester thing. I can't remember what he called it, but you know what? I totally agree with him now that I think of it. Having to put this in, and I'm not going to be putting it in the car because there's already an engine in it. I totally agree with what he said. Now, there's one issue I just noticed. What is all of these that I'm holding? Okay, so I obviously need to put this on here. This will remove one of those. And I can put this back on this car. But what are these? Am I missing something? What? Uh-oh. That is not good. You know what? This is where I made a mistake here. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop right here. Just because my video is getting too large. So, it's already large as it is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to move this over here. Empty out my bins here. Do a quick tidy up. Well, tidy up what we already did for today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside, leaving this here and this engine here, because these parts right here, I went too quickly and I forgot the little things that I put up on this. That's what these go to. So I'll see you in the next video to correct that mistake, and I'll try to go over a little bit more on this, and I'll use this as a demonstration. I'll actually get this ready for the next video. But just letting you know, I'm not finished with this engine, so stay tuned for another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching my channel, Squidilicious. Bye bye.